I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright, and for the first time in a long time I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago.
Hey guys, welcome back to Troy's Garage. My name's Troy. This is my garage. It's a hot one here in Salt Lake City. You're not here for a weather report. We're gonna diagnose this carburetor issue on Midnight Maroon. Finally, I'm hoping. I got some really good comments down in several of the last videos that kind of put me on the track of figuring out what's going on. Some of them made no sense to me whatsoever. That's the way it goes. Some of them were, you know, let's explore those a little bit more, that sort of thing. But one of them really resonated, and it really kind of, that's where I think my problem is. So we're going to dig into this thing. We're going to validate whether or not my suspicions were correct, that viewer's suspicions were correct. If that ends up being what it was, winner, chicken dinner, it is what it is. We'll be able to get this thing fixed. So that said, I also bought some upgrades for Midnight Maroon. They're coming. They're not here yet. In the meantime, we're going to take things apart and diagnose. Let's just get busy. So the first thing I want to do is take the top off so I can see down into the bowl, and we'll kind of diagnose from there and see if we can figure out what the problem is. Something to throw all my hardware into. But some of those comments were like, you've got some serious issues inside that engine. That thing's broken. That engine needs a rebuild. It's brand new. Yeah, it misfired a couple times. It backfires like crazy. It idles real rough. But my suspicion, and one of the viewers' suspicion, is that it's the power valve. And the reason that resonates so well with me is because I drove this truck from the old house to the new house. We moved 3.5 years ago. We drove it a couple times after we got to the new house, but the last time I drove it, it was just leaving a trail of oil, and it was just leaking horribly out of the rear main seal. It was leaking out of the oil pressure sensor. It had burned a lot of oil for many years, so it was time for either a rebuild or whatever. So a little history on the truck. I pulled the carburetor off. So this carburetor is brand new. It was a Chinese knockoff, whatever, right? Bought it and used it for months, a few months. And then, all right, that thing's gotta go. That thing's driving me nuts. Sheesh. Don't worry about it, I took care of it. Drove it for a couple months and then pulled it off the carb, or off the motor, and then it just sat. And it sat, and it sat for 3 years. And then I stuck it back on the truck and tried to use it, and lo and behold, it was all seized up. So I'm already seeing that this is the right fix. The bowl is dry, as dry as can be, and it should have fuel in it. What the viewer said in one of those videos was, it's got to be your power valve. I bought one of those cheap knockoff Chinese carburetors, and the power valve just leaked. The bowl would fill and it would just drain down in, and he had the exact same symptoms that I have on Midnight Maroon. And I was leaning towards jet sizes and things like that, like it was just getting way too much fuel. So it makes perfect sense to me that power valve at the bottom of this bowl is just gushing fluid. And the reason that I think that that's the case with this carburetor is because we pulled it off and it sat on a shelf for 3.5 years. So that's my suspicion. I don't know very much about power valves. Wish I could get that thing off of there so I could work on it a little easier. Anyway, so that's where I'm at. All right, hang on. Sorry, but it's story time with Troy again. I just told you that I ordered some stuff. I ordered a new carb. I ordered an aluminum intake. So what I'm saying is, this is now a boat anchor, a tiny boat. It's aluminum. It's not going to hold a boat down. Anyway, I don't even care about this thing anymore. I just want to know if that's what the problem was. I owe it to you. I'm going to tear into it. If I bend some stuff, if I break something, I don't care. At this point, I'm not even going to be nice to it. I'm mad, honestly. The thing really just is making me mad. So I'm going to tear into it, and we're going to see if it's the power valve. I don't know how to tell, but we're going to try. Maybe I'll just put some fluid in it, just like it sits, and see what happens out the bottom of it. How about that? Let's try that. So I've got my little test station set up here. This is just to catch anything that comes out the bottom, hopefully, so I don't make such a huge mess. I have my fuel pump in the form of a ketchup bottle. Ketchup, I'm so far behind I'll never get caught up. Instead of tearing it all apart like I just said I was going to do, I'm going to just fill the bowl the way it sits, because that's how it was on the truck, and just see what happens out the bottom of this thing. My suspicion is it's just going to dump fuel out the bottom, but to prove, that's dry as can be. In fact, there's actually some rust at the bottom. That's just great. Wipe some of that out. Not that it matters at this point, but see, dry as can be. So nobody can call my bluff and say that I've already done this off camera. But I'm betting. Well, let's simulate an actual fuel pump, huh? It's coming in through the normal method. Yep, it's already leaking out the bottom. Right there. It's already just flowing out the bottom. Well, alrighty then. Well, there you go. Don't mess with me. That is exactly what my problem is. So the good news is my motor's not broken. So you can kiss those comments goodbye. At least that better not be what they do. Oh, I just got sick to my stomach. So if there was a gun and it was smoking, this would be it. Right here. Let's see if I can get this to focus. Oh, there you go. See how that indentation?
I'm not sure I understand.
Oh, Siri, you are no help at all. I didn't ask you. See how that indentation is not centered around there? Right up here at the top, it's not sealed. It was just letting fuel pass by and just drop down through. So now I'm tempted, because I'm waiting on parts to arrive, I'm tempted to put this back together correctly. I didn't open this. I did not take this out and put it back together. This came from the factory like that. If you're buying a cheap carb, maybe it's worth pulling it apart and just double checking everything. This would have saved me months. I would have been driving this truck by now. Anyway, it is what it is. So now the dilemma. Do I want to put it all back together with this carb and run the risk of it not being fixed? Maybe I'll put it back together and do the bench test again. If it leaks, I won't put it on the truck. I'm pretty much a genius. Huh. Who'd have thought? Get me one of these French wrenches, you know, the croissant ones. I'm going to tighten that probably way too much. That'll be great. But if this is where it's leaking from, now we'll know it's good. I completely tore that all apart. You know what? Sweet. I just don't care anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go. We're gonna over tighten these two because I can. I'm right here. Might as well over tighten them. There's probably a torque spec. Again, I don't care. Keep your comments to yourself, folks. Just kidding. I like your comments. They make me laugh. Once again, dry as a bone down in there. Not a drop of fuel. Let's run the same test, see what happens. This time we're just going to fill it straight into the what's-it. Here goes nothing. Okay, with that much fuel in it, it was leaking last time. I think I'm seeing drips. Oh yeah, definitely dripping. There you go. Yep, leaking like a sieve. This carburetor's trash. Super mad at it. I don't even care anymore. You are going in the garbage, my friend. Let's get that intake manifold off so that we can put the new one on when it gets here. I believe I can touch the sky. They're gonna be 7/16. Nope. 3/8. Guaranteed. Yep. Alright, got all the bolts out of the intake manifold and it is ready to lift out of there. This thing's like, I'm gonna guess, I mean it's cast iron, it's original, I'm gonna guess that it's 85 pounds. I don't know that for sure, I just remember it being heavy. I don't have a cherry picker, so I'm gonna have to use my back and hopefully not destroy anything in the process. That's what I'm saying. Let's get that out of there. Well, this is going to be a test of strength. Where can I put all my hands and stuff? Oh, sandals, that's heavy. Okay, it might not be 85 pounds. Ha! Look at all that fuel in there. Wonder where that came from. Freak show, man. Freak show. Oh, wow, I can't lift it with one hand anymore. Good night, Irene. And now we wait for parts. So while we wait, I'm not gonna linger this video any longer. We'll go ahead and cut it here. Be sure and subscribe, check back for the following, well, the rest of the story, as Paul Harvey would say. This is Troy, Troy's Garage, working on Midnight Maroon. Be sure and check those links down below. Those are affiliate links. I get paid a small commission for sending Amazon business and whatnot. Also, there's some affiliate links for other products and companies that have been longtime supporters of my channel, and I really appreciate them for the support that they give and anything that you can do to help support them and get great products in the meantime. You can trust that the products that I try to, well, that I showcase are valuable products. So anyway, appreciate all that you do. Watch, like, subscribe, share with your friends, that sort of thing. You guys always know what to do. Ring the bell so you're notified. As always, this is Troy. I almost said with DIY Home and Auto. That's so old school. Some of you don't even know that reference. That was the old channel name. Anyway, Troy with Troy's Garage. We'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.